Stingray.
Got a guy with a bazooka. Where's the do with the guy with his bazooka? Keep him outside. Not right now.
I love that one, that marshal with the white hat who tries to give like Ruby the business on the way down.
Yeah. He's talking to him, and then he goes. He does the pinch face.
What's super bizarre is they changed lenses right before Oswald gets shot to a close-up.
Yes.
That I was just watching the Kennedy detail on the History Channel.
Somebody must have said, "Hey, camera guy, change it. Watch this."
You're gonna want a close-up of this.
Want to see history?
The Stingray is gonna kill the other Stingray. The Stingray that killed Steve Irwin.
Stingray and the.
Yeah, but he says he's just a patsy.
Oh, okay.
Just give me close.
We've reached comedic lows. Fucking underwater voice. I'm not crumpling. Fuck you, Angie. Angie's making the crumble sign with his hand. No way, man.
No,
I'm a hack from way back. Nah, I'm like Rock Kim. MC means move the crowd. You were with Sam when he died.
Was I? Yes.
And was he sober or was he just driving? Well, he wasn't driving.
Yes, he was driving.
How about I let you tell the story?
Okay, he was driving.
Sorry.
He just got back from getting married, so he met us.
To, what's her name?
Yes.
No, what is her name?
Oh, Malika.
Do you still talk to Malika?
Yeah, I just talked to her. Well, not all the time. I talked to her once 3 years ago. She remarried. Her life is great. And a lot of these people, got destroyed by all this. And sometimes I talk to them. And
it has to be weird
great.
to talk to someone where death is what you have the most in common.
Well, it isn't not just death, but this aftermath that you're leading to also affected a lot of people too.
Yeah.
So it's the damage after someone's gone too. Yeah.
Okay, so Sam and you are absolute best friends.
We lived a mile apart from each other for 14 years.
And you would have actually taken a bullet for him. And he would have taken a bullet.
I pulled knives on people. I fought the mob with him. He protected me.
And vice versa.
And vice versa.
Okay.
We protected each other like we promised.
You were married?
I was married, correct.
Can we say her first name?
No.
Okay.
No, because I don't want to.
Believe me.
Matter.
Believe me.
Matter.
I understand.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Doesn't matter.
As Bogart said in Casablanca, I guess if I ever thought about you.
Perfect.
Or I guess if I gave you any thought.
Mm-hmm.
Rick, you despise me, don't you?
Yeah.
I guess if I ever thought about you.
It's not even.
I guess if I had an upper lip.
I might say it, but.
So you were married. Kids?
I thought I had one.
Oh, don't tip it.
What?
A daughter or a son?
I had a daughter.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
How old is your daughter when Sam dies on the drive to... Where were you guys going?
I divorced my wife when my daughter was just turning a year old.
Oh, I hate to sound like a dick to the listeners, but that's actually not bad for the child.
Yes, exactly.
Like when you get divorced at 9, you're just raising a fucking drug addict. There's no way around that.
Right.
You might want to stay together for the kids once they hit high school.
Right. The lifestyle was too crazy, and I sent them home, and then I found out a lot of stuff, and I divorced
And
them.
Sam was driving. Where were you guys all driving?
We were driving to Laughlin, Nevada to do.
For a gig?
Yeah.
And you were going to open for Sam?
Uh-huh.
At this gig?
Uh-huh.
And there were, at this point, if I remember correctly, when I opened for Sam in Tulane, you were not there.
No.
But there was like 5 guys on the show. And they kept just pushing me back, and my time got shorter.
Oh.
I didn't care.
Yes, right.
Because I got to sit in the audience and watch all
He
these
took some of the
comics.
outlaws that were going out with him.
Right.
Probably Dan Barton and Mitchell and Allen. And
Mitchell was definitely there.
Uh-huh.
So on the drive to Laughlin, it's not like, hey, I'm so fucked up, I put my car into a pole.
He's supposedly been cleaned up for, he's cleaning up. But
it was like a Robert Schimmel freak thing, like, what do you mean he crashed his car and died?
Yeah, he didn't get crashed. He got hit by a guy who jumped in the lane and on a 2-lane road, tried to speed by everybody. So he hit Sam doing 85, and Sam was doing 20 by the time he got hit.
Why would you be doing 20 on the highway?
Because he was slowing down. He couldn't go off to the right because it was a 20-foot ditch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he was just waiting for the guy to get back in his lane, and he never did.
And your daughter, when Sam died, was how old?
She was 3.
Okay, and I think for the listener, it's important to know that these 2 guys, Carl and Sam, were the greatest of friends, and Sam... This is my grapevine.
Okay.
So you correct me as we go. I was always told Sam actually died in your arms.
Yes.
He did?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I got out. I was in the car behind. I got out, held him when he fell out on the street, and watched him talk to someone and pass.
What visually injuries did you see on Sam?
Just a minor cut on the forehead, a little blood out of the nose. But the steering wheel was gone, and there was an indentation in the glass, so I knew he might have had a broken neck and a broken chest.
And what, do you remember what he said to somebody?
Yeah, I don't want to die now. Why now? Why now?
And he was looking to somebody into the sky.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
And then somebody said something to him, he went, oh. And went.
Oh, as an epiphany?
I get it.
Everything makes sense?
Yeah, with a smile. Like, oh, okay, this makes sense.
Now, it doesn't make sense to you holding the body of your best friend.
No, but I think if you've ever been in this moment, there's a very quiet, time stands still kind of moment to death. And it's for them, and it's their moment, and it's the end of that existence, and there's a peace to it. When it's my experience from this experience was there was a peace to it. I was like, wow,
and you guys are
I'm privy to this moment. Yeah,
it's like a priest giving last rites almost.
Yeah,
I once said to my priest, that's got to be like the most awful thing. Father Tim, he's now in East LA, he got transferred, but he said, actually, it's what I like the most, to hold someone's hand and take them through that doorway is actually my favorite part. That blew me away, that answer.
Right, because there's a peace to it. I mean, his body relaxed in the peace of knowing that he was going to commit to this next phase, whatever it is, that we're all going to face. But that was his moment. Very powerful.
And you're like 2 hours from any hospital in the middle of the desert.
Actually, we were probably 30 minutes away from
You
needles.
could have played along. That's
okay.
cool.
Yeah, 2 hours, 2.5 hours probably. Yeah.
All right. So from that moment forward, the Outlaws, you kind of have. He's head outlaw.
The
Now
game's
you have
over.
to rename yourself.
The dreams of dreams.
Now you're Mini Kiss.
Yes, exactly.
This might be the all-time fucking metronome
exactly
in the history of fucking comedy drama. It's like Julius Sweeney.
Well, you're telling a story
Julius
that I
Sweeney's one-woman
have let
show.
go of so long ago, but I understand this moment, and I love the metronome because that's where I'm at with it. You know,
the metronomes were Kirby Puckett played. A metronome.
Oh, yes, that one
what you
too.
put on a piano.
Well, I don't play.
But
harp.
I like the metronome.
I don't play
too.
harp, so I have no idea what you're talking about.
See, he said that wrong on purpose. You fucking lummox at home. Dear
You Mohrers.
Carl.
You Mohrers. Oh, come on.
Dear at Carl _LaBove. Metronome actually goes on top of a piano.
All the music neighbors are going to look me up now.
I don't know why Carl Spackler was tweeting you. Hey, big hitter, the llama, metronome, top of my harp. It's Cinderella story. Harp playing with a metronome.
Yeah.
No. That wasn't Carl Spackler. All right, we keep fucking sub-referencing our fucking balls off. Your daughter is how old now?
She is 23.
Okay. I have 2 boys.
Okay.
So this part of the story
Kills you.
becomes more unfathomable. But there's also, we'll take it beat by beat. Well, all right, we'll just drop the bomb. You found out, how old was your daughter when you found out what you're about to say?
A month away from being 4.
So,
And I've been paying child support for 3 years, and I get 1 visit a year for 3 years.
wait, 1 visit a year?
That's how it worked out.
Who the fuck was your lawyer?
Her mom wouldn't let me see her. So I'd go to New York to work a gig, and she wouldn't be there. She'd be on vacation.
Oh, so it wasn't a lawyer thing. It was she was a bad dude.
Right. Well, we'll find out why she kept the child away in a second here. I find out that Sam had fathered my child. That it's Sam's kid.
Come again?
No, he came once, I heard.
Fucking jerk.
Yeah.
Sam Kinison was the father of your daughter.
Yeah.
Can we say your daughter's name? Or no? No, saying it.
No.
I wasn't saying it to be salacious or Star Magazine or tabloidy.
Exactly.
I was just,
that's what I found out from not being able to make a payment because I was on the Mini Kiss tour. I was doing the new Mini Kiss tour when I was trying to recover from having a lifestyle that was unbelievable, and now that's all taken away. The dreams are over that we had plans for. The projects we had planned for years are now dead, and you got to go recreate yourself. So in recreating myself for a little over a year, then I couldn't make my, $2,800 payment, and I called to work it out, and my ex-wife broke down and told me the truth. It wasn't my child.
How did she say it? Like, was she?
I don't do really good impressions, but I can do a psycho very well. No. I said, I can't make the payment. Can I break this up or something? Give you more money next month. I have something to tell you. And we never meant it. He was going to tell you, and he didn't. I don't know why he didn't. It's not yours, Carl. It's not your baby. It's not your baby, it's Sam's. It's
And where you were in New York when you made?
No, I was in Florida on the set of Ace Ventura.
Have I been right about any location or fucking activity?
No, but it's fun that you throw it out there. I just don't have paper.
You did a lot of drugs? No. No. And you were driving? No, I was in the car behind.
No, I was.
And you were in New York? No,
I was laying down on the couch.
I was with a fucking dolphin on the set of a movie. I was helping the dolphin with his lines. His coke lines. That dolphin was a fucking
God,
mess.
how much can you do in that hole? Would you get away from the peephole at the door? It's a cop. It's a cop. It's not a cop. Get away from the peephole.
That's why they're always going backwards on their tail. They're checking shit out. Just looking at the fucking PCH. All right. A lot of Mexicans today. It's gonna be a good day, boys. Let's get real close. There's a guy swimming in blue jeans and an Ozzy Osbourne t-shirt. I bet he's got holding. So you find out from your ex-wife that your 4-year-old daughter is Sam Kinison's daughter.
Right.
Now, it's almost like if your doctor told you the pill that you've been taking that made you healthy, if they told you it was a placebo, how would you feel? And the answer I've always said, I take Klonopin for panic attacks.
Okay.
And I've always said I wouldn't care at all. I would be very happily tricked.
Yes.
And I always the hypothetical, like if I found out my son wasn't my biological son's, if either one of them, if I found that out, would I love them an ounce less? And the answer always to anybody, any father or mother listening, I don't know how the female mind works, but no, of course, it's still your kid that you watched it being born. It's yours.
Uh-huh.
So now suddenly your best friend has died, and now you discover that your best friend slept with your wife and is the father of your daughter.
Correct.
So now this has got to be one of the all-time mind fucks in the history of comedy. I defy anyone to come up with anything more bizarre than
this. It destroys every memory that you have because all those moments of building a life and success together as buddies, now you go back to every one of those moments, those little conversations.
You and me, Carl. I'll never fuck you. You'll never fuck me. But he didn't
mind if I drive your wife home? Oh, no, go ahead.
Yeah, he didn't say anything about fucking your wife.
Right.
I guess in hindsight.
Right.
And your reaction you're probably way more angry. Are you more angry at the ex-wife or are you more angry posthumously at Sam?
Both then.
Both equal. There's no
because I'm defined by my friendship with him at that point. You know, everybody knows in comedy that it was me and him. This
is the first question I asked you.
Yeah, you know, everybody knows that. So her and him was just the biggest knife in the chest. It took all the air out. It took all the will to live for the longest time out of me because I had to go face my friends and I wouldn't tell them. I wouldn't tell them.
You don't think any of them knew?
No, well, I find out later they had suspicions, or Sam had told a bodyguard once, I got something to tell Carl, but I can't because if I tell him, it'll ruin everything we've worked hard for, and I've got to figure out how to do this correctly.
Maybe not knowing that Sam had fathered your daughter, but certainly someone in that outlaw crew probably knew Sam had slept with your wife.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And that's that also
that comes up later. I find all that stuff out later.
Yeah, that gaslights you too because you're like,
sure.
I bet he knew, maybe he knew, and they're like, hey man, I didn't know.
Everyone
actually,
knows, but you kind of vibe. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you're the class clown.
Exactly.
Wow. Have you ever? I mean, how do you make peace with a dead person?
You don't. You hate the dead person for the longest time, and you have dreams of pulling him out of his casket and stomping him. You hate every memory that you have. You don't talk about it. You hide it inside, and then you get out and you fall apart, and then you end up in a hotel room trying to hang yourself some 8 years later.
You tried to hang yourself?
Yeah. I got tired of people coming up going, "We loved you and Sam, man. That time you guys came to Peoria and did that show. Wasn't he the greatest? Wasn't he the greatest?" And you're sitting there going, "I can't tell a fan of his how much I hate Sam." You know
how did your hanging not work?
Put two belts together and that doesn't work out. I wanted to die and I ended up really hurting myself. That's embarrassing.
Why are you laughing, Charlie?
Because he knows the story because I told him I had to go do a show the next night going, "Oh, my neck. How is everybody?"
You were in a hotel room.
Yeah, MGM Grand.
First one I got right. Okay.
I put the paper
JJ.
down. Did you see me put the
I
paper down?
did. No, Jay, I was at the car wash. Jesus, get the shit out of your ears. God,
Yeah.
you deaf prick.
Yeah,
Listen to me, you deaf fuck. I gave you a chance to play cop and you blew it. They never give you napkins in this place.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to wipe my hands with? The bag?
But it was through that ugly experience, it was through that failure to take myself out that I realized I had to fight for my life and that they weren't going to define the rest of my life.
All right,
And
but
I
hold
was
on,
gonna
let's back up.
Yeah.
You didn't want to live anymore.
No.
over